Welcome back to my channel.
Story 1.
Martin had very crooked teeth. His dentist wanted to fix them. "You have to get braces," he told Martin. "Your smile will be perfect." Martin did not like this idea. He was scared of getting braces. He had heard they hurt a lot. They were also very expensive. He went to his dad to get some advice. His dad told Martin to get them. He even paid for them himself. When Martin looked at his braces in the mirror, he was unhappy. "I look ugly now," he remarked. "Stop being ridiculous," said his dad. "You already looked that way before they put the braces on."
Story 2.
Wilson had always wanted to be an astronaut. His kindergarten teacher had told him that was impossible. "That's nice," she said. "But you'll probably never make it." Wilson thought she was very mean. Still, he never gave up his dream. 20 years later, Wilson proved her wrong. He was on space mission to the moon. While looking down on Earth, Wilson thought of his old teacher. He wished she could see him now. He grabbed his camera and took a picture of himself in his spacesuit. A million stars were in the background. As soon as he landed back on Earth, he ran to the post office. He mailed the picture to the mean teacher. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video and comment.
Story 3.
Kelly Moore and her friends went to the beach. Kelly did not know how to swim. All her friends were having fun in the water. "Come in," they kept shouting. "Stop being a chicken," she heard them say. Kelly hated being teased. She finally decided to jump into the water. Right after she went in, a big wave struck them. Kelly panicked. She couldn't fight the strong water. When she finally surfaced, she couldn't see any of her friends. The wave had pulled her away. Luckily, a surfer spotted her. He took her back to shore. The only bright side to her day was that the surfer had a great body.
Story 4.
Annie Hall is 5 feet 1 inch. She weighs a little less than 110 pounds. Although she is 20, she looks more like a 12-year-old. Annie has an unexpected talent. She is a national champion at hot dog eating competitions. These competitions take place in carnivals around the United States. Annie is one of the few women who compete. She is also one of the smallest. Even though she is tiny, she beats most of the big, fat men. She can eat about 37 hot dogs in 12 minutes. "The men underestimate me," says Annie. "I love surprising everyone each time."
Story 5.
Jason Parker was looking for a job. He had applied to 10 positions. Still, no one was hiring him. He didn't understand why no place wanted him. Jason had a positive and confident personality. His references proved he was reliable. He couldn't see anything wrong with himself. He asked his friends what they thought was wrong. "It's your beard," they all said. Jason didn't believe them. He thought his beard was attractive and manly. "It doesn't look good on you," his friends said. "You look homeless and dirty." After that, Jason shaved the beard off. He hated it, but he was hired in his next interview.
Story 6.
Jason Hernandez was driving on the freeway. He was in a rush to get home. He needed to watch the baseball final. Suddenly, he saw flashing red lights behind him, and then a siren sounded. A policeman pulled him over to the side. Jason was terrified. He had never gotten a ticket before. The policeman came to his window and asked him if he knew he had been speeding. Jason couldn't speak. He wanted to reply, "Yes, sir, I apologize." However, as soon as he opened his mouth, Jason started sobbing. The policeman was surprised. He hadn't seen a 30-year-old man cry like a 3-year-old baby. After chuckling a little bit, the police let Jason go with just a warning. It was his lucky day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video and comment.
Story 7.
Andy Turner had an older brother. Andy was often jealous of his brother. It seemed like anything Andy could do, his brother could do better. Everyone would always say, "You're almost as good as your brother." Andy was tired of this. He decided to find something he was the best at. Andy tried surfing. His brother ended up giving him lessons. Andy tried acting. A movie ended up casting his brother instead. Finally, Andy gave up. He went to his room and started singing a sad song. His mom then opened his door. "Wow," she said. "Even your brother doesn't sound that nice when he sings."
Story 8.
It was summer again, a camping season. Andrew Lee hated this time of the year. The rest of his family loved it. Andrew hated the bugs. He'd always go home itchy from the mosquito bites. He also hated the sleeping bags. They did not keep him warm. He would stay up all night freezing. Most of all, he hated the bears. He was always afraid of being attacked by bears. His father told Andrew to quit complaining. He gave him bug spray and a blanket. Then he took Andrew out for a walk in the woods. They lied down and spent the night looking up at the sky. The stars were beautiful. Andrew decided that camping wasn't that bad.
Story 9.
Clark took his 6-year-old son sailing. It was James' first time on the ocean. They were having a great time. They were finding a bunch of sea creatures. James was amazed. First, Clark spotted 5 dolphins. Then, James spotted a big whale. They even touched a sea lion. "Look," called out Clark. He pointed to something swimming in the distance. "Do you know what that is?" he asked his son. "A mermaid," shouted James, "a real mermaid." Clark fell to ground laughing. James was confused. He did not understand what was so funny. "That's not a mermaid," explained Clark. "That's called a manatee. Their nickname is sea cows.
Story 10.
Jim Turner was new to California. He had been living there for 1 year. Jim loved everything about the state. The weather was great. The beaches were beautiful. Jim was planning on staying in California forever. One night, Jim was fast asleep. Suddenly, his bed started shaking. He jumped out of bed. Jim was terrified. This was his first earthquake. Jim had no idea what to do. He froze while everything around him was falling and breaking. The earthquake lasted 15 seconds. To Jim, it felt more like an hour. The next morning, Jim started packing his bags. "I've had enough of California," he said.